Stop carelessly labeling people anti-Semites. Catholic Christianity does not in any way require you to embrace Zionism as a fulfilled prophecy. So what I've heard today is that if you don't support Zionism, you are an anti-Semite. I'm a Catholic, and Catholics do not embrace Zionism, just so you know. So are all Catholics anti-Semites, according to you?
As I said, anti-Zionism.
So just to be clear, are Catholics anti-Semites?
I'm going to interrupt the discussion. Our committee is focused on religious liberty taken from all people.
Right, but we're talking about a foreign nation, so I want to be clear on what the definition of anti-Semitism is. If I don't support the political state of Israel, am I an anti-Semite? Yes or no?
They already answered, asked and answered.
According to you, on the record, yes? I don't agree with that, because as a Catholic, I don't agree that the new modern state of Israel has any biblical prophecy meaning at all. So that's my stance, and I'm Catholic.
On behalf of the people of Israel, I wish you all a happy and joyful Independence Day. My friends, this 4th of July carries a special meaning for me personally. Exactly 50 years ago, as America celebrated its bicentennial, Israel carried out one of the greatest hostage rescue missions in history.
So that was just a little snippet of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's 4th of July video post on X, which I personally wasn't amused by. I can't stand the sound of his voice. He's a disgusting, loathsome war criminal who should be tried at The Hague. But, we'll see if there's ever going to be any justice in the world. He posts that video along with a message on X, and I saw it. I responded to it. It came from the heart. Very classy response. I just simply said, fuck you. That's what I said. I said, fuck you. That's really the only response to give a scumbag like Benjamin Netanyahu. But it turns out he didn't seem to like it, guys. He got his feelings hurt, and yesterday, on my birthday, I found out that the Prime Minister of Israel, who I loathe to my core, blocked me on X. Do you guys understand what this means? This was the greatest birthday gift anyone can give me, because it means that I got under his skin. And considering the fact that this guy has managed to get under my skin on a daily basis for nearly the last 3 years, I feel great to know that he is very well aware of how much I hate him, but more importantly, how much he's hated around the globe. Now, why do I say that? Let's go to this summary by Grok. This is by the way, this is what I woke up to this morning, which was another wonderful gift. So I go on X and I see that this is trending. And when something's trending on X, they'll usually have a summary about it that's written or produced by Grok. On July 4th, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu posted a holiday greeting for America's 250th Independence Day, which gained 38,000 likes and 1.5 million views. The Young Turks host, Anna Kasparian, responded directly with "you," a reply that soared to 118,000 likes and 2.5 million views. By July 8th, she shared proof of being blocked by his account, prompting fans to hail it, I love this part, this is my favorite part, hail it as a Hall of Fame level scalp, while others called it basic boundaries against profanity, meaning Netanyahu needed to establish boundaries. A butcher needed to establish boundaries. That's so cute. The clash reflects her ongoing criticism of Netanyahu amid heated online debates over Israel. The ratio was pretty embarrassing for him, of course. So why don't we take a quick look at that? There it is. There it is, folks. I can't even believe 37,000 people liked his post, but 119,000 liked mine. By the way, a pretty firm indication that Israel firsters and Israeli officials are kind of keeping an eye on me. Jared Kushner randomly started following me on X. And so I had to let people know I'm not suicidal because I don't trust that guy and he's creepy as hell. But look, the reason why people are afraid to speak out against Israel is their defenders, their, supporters here in the U.S., their agents here in the U.S., they'll do everything they can to get you fired and rob you of your livelihood. Same with your family members, even if your family members haven't done anything wrong, haven't even uttered a word about Israel. There's also fear that they might try to harm you physically. And I understand those fears, believe me. But I'm going to run my mouth anyway because I can't help it. What am I going to do? I'm going to live my life in fear of Israel? No. They should live in fear of me, okay? There's no way in hell I'm going to live my life like that. And there's no way I'm going to allow a foreign country to silence me because they don't like the fact that I'm drawing attention to their war crimes and their expansionist policy, which requires the slaughter of innocent people, the destruction of entire villages, the use of our resources, and the exploitation of our service members as cannon fodder. So yeah, I'm going to keep running my mouth, bitch. And you can block me all you want, but you'll still hear about me.
Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you up.
10 inches of soil, and the next day, pavers came in, and a guy, they removed 10 inches of soil, and the next day, pavers came in, and a guy who had to put together a ragtag team to do the paving, he did an interview and spoke about it and said the instructions were coming down from the governor of Utah and Kash Patel's office. There is a lot of evidence that they would have found explosives. If you look into Petain, it stays on soil. If you run the theory that he was killed with Petain shape charge, what you see on the outside is the magnet that's holding the mic that's on the inside. We got exclusively the car photos. They towed it, had it sent to be cleaned and resold, which is also an absolute nonsense. That car would have been put into evidence. When I saw the car pics, first thing I said was, oh, that's so weird. Why is there black glass on the floor? The road mic would have had to explode into a million pieces, and that would have been on Charlie, and they would have had to get that off of him. Now we're looking at a trajectory. Before he gets hit, you observe something moving across his chest, and then suddenly you see a wound. And so I never bought the idea that somebody shot him from a rooftop. That made no sense to me. They removed 10 inches of...
Tyler Robinson is sitting in a 5-day preliminary hearing. This is the pre-trial to decide whether or not the prosecution has brought forward enough evidence to actually take the case to a full-blown trial. If you're not biased on this case at all, if you're just somebody who doesn't care at all, which many people don't, and you actually look at this, we're not seeing the gun. We're not seeing the gun being shot. We're not seeing him very clearly. Everything's very fuzzy. And this is the evidence that they have. This is Tyler Robinson's defense attorney, and she's asking the first officer who was on the roof after the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And here she is questioning him.
While you were on the roof, did you encounter any spent casings?
As a matter of fact, no. I was looking for a spent shell casing. I couldn't see one. I was looking over the edge, looking all over the place, making sure the gravel wasn't disturbed, and I couldn't find a shell casing at that moment.
Are you aware of there being a bullet found on another roof
I'm
in the
not.
vicinity? Were you aware of another bullet being found on the scene, not on the roof of the Lucy building?
No.
All right, your body cam footage that I reviewed appears to end while you're still on the roof. Do you know why that is?
I think the battery went dead. It was just right at that moment.
I mean, can you believe that? How convenient is that? So for one, he doesn't find any spent casings. Secondly, what are the chances his body cam would just run out of battery when he's on the roof? What are the chances of that? I think that there were very powerful forces that wanted Charlie Kirk dead. The number one critic against the war in Iran would have been Charlie. He would have had Trump's ear, his shot-at ear. And he would have, I think, maybe persuade Donald Trump not to do it. And he would have been a huge critic of this. I remain extremely skeptical of this, but especially now when the prosecution is supposed to be presenting their evidence and we're just not seeing any smoking gun.